it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today I have another in my little series of the Share What You Love bundle projects. And this is another one using the beginners bundle. So the Just Getting Started bundle, which has the stamp set, the Love What You Do stamp set, a pack of very vanilla A4 cardstock, the Grapefruit Grove and Old Olive new style classic stamping pad. Grapefruit Grove is one of the new in colours, a clear e-block, which is this monster here, and free very vanilla note cards and envelopes. So I showed you this project previously, and today I have got this project for you, which is similar, but it's stepping it up a bit. So it's kind of, once you're a bit more familiar with the products, and just taking things up a little bit. So I'm going to start by showing you how I created the flowers, and then we will put the whole thing together. I have done some prep because there is quite a bit of fussy cutting, and I thought it would be worth prepping so you don't have to watch me fussy cut too much. Now I have got my stamping piercing mat out, purely because when it comes to doing the large, what I'm technically calling splodge, even though I've got a padded surface, it does stamp better if I do it on the piercing mat. So first thing I'm going to do is ink up my floral stamp and just stamp that down, and then I'm going to take my small splodge, not the smallest, but small splodge, and just add those over the top. And that is the basis of the flowers. Actually, I'm going to jump ahead, so we will come back and I'll show you how I fussy cut those. But before I do that, let me just bring in a piece of very scrap. This is a mat cut 1/4 inch smaller than the note cards and envelopes. As ever, all the details will be on my blog post, which is linked below. So I'm just inking up the splodge, as I say, it's a technical word. So ink that up, and I'm going to stamp off just very quickly, and then stamp that onto my mat. Now you could do this straight onto your card base. I quite like having a mat too. It's just something I like to do. Right, although I'm going to be fussy cutting the flowers, in order to make it easy to position, I'm going to ink up my floral again, and I'm going to stamp it twice. And this is purely so I've got some positioning. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. So we've finished with the Grapefruit Grove. Now, if I bring in the Old Olive, you'll see why I've done what I've done. So I've got one of the larger leaves. Don't need any of that anymore, so let's get rid of it, because it's in my way. So I've got one of the larger leaves, and because I've got these stamped, I now know where the stamps are going to be. So I can, where the flowers are going to be. So I can now stamp over them, knowing that that's where the flowers are going to be. So it gives me some reason for stamping where I'm stamping. Rather than trying to guess. So just those three. And then while I've got, that'll be large enough, while I've got the ink open, I'll just stamp thank you on a piece of scrap card. So that's that finished with, and of course these just stack beautifully one on top of each other, which is lovely. So as far as fussy cutting is concerned, first thing I will do is cut this down to a smaller piece, and it's actually really an easy fussy cut. So all I'm going to do is follow, leaving a margin, and I will be moving the card more than the scissors. So I am actually following more the floral than the splodge. For me, the splodge was just to colour in the floral. Just leave a tiny margin around the outside, and I'm really not worried that I've got some of that margin as Grapefruit Grove and some of it as Very Vanilla, because I don't mind. Into that point, and then we come back the other way and around here, and as you see, it's really not the most stressful fussy cutting in the world, particularly if you leave that little border so you've got a bit more to grab hold of. And fussy cutting is really just a question of practice. And you can fussy cut pretty much anything you want. So up to the point, and then, oops, just back down the other way, and then just round that like that. So that's rubbish, and that is our fussy cut flower. I'm not worried about this bit in the middle. Now I've actually already done two. Don't know why I did two rather than one, but there you go. So let's start by finishing off our little sentiment. So I'm not very well flagging that, and by not very well I mean I didn't go terribly well into the middle. It was a bit of a knot in the middle, but it's fine. So let's just do that. Good. Right, so all we need to do now is pop some dimensionals on the back of our flowers, and the standard size dimensional is perfect for this. You only need one on each cluster of flowers, so don't worry that you've got two flowers. You don't need two dimensionals. One is fine. And then just take those off. Whoops. And pop them over where you stamped, and then do the same again. Oop. And the key with this, if you line up two bits, the other bits will fall into place. And then just see where that's going to fall. So we are going to cover it up a bit, but that's fine. I mean, we could come down here. Oh, in fact, I could do that, couldn't I? Or that, even. I think we'll do that. Right, okay. Make it up as you go along. It's what I tend to do. So just a couple of dimensionals on the back of our sentiment, and then pop that so that it's over one and under the other. It then means that these stalks fit nicely in between the H and the K. And then we just need a card, one of our lovely note cards, which are free with the bundle. We do like free. And then all we need to do, I might as well grab my fast fuse as it's still around, not for much longer. I am going to miss it, but we've got alternatives. It's fine, I'll get over it. And then just pop that on top of there. And that is our slightly different version from the other one. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Now remember that during May, I am, as I did during April, I'm doing a customer giveaway. So if you shop in my online store and use the hostess code, you will be entered, for every £25 you spend in May, you'll be entered into a draw to win a colour caddy and the 4 colour families that are retiring, but a lot of the colours are staying. So a lot of the colours will be worth keeping. The value of all of that is about £200, so certainly worth getting, all for in exchange for shopping with me and using the hostess code. All the details of that, because there are some, in inverted commas, terms and conditions, are over on my blog, which is linked immediately below. If you would like any of the bundles, obviously they are the way to go at the moment, because that means you get your hands on new product early. You've got the Just Getting Started, the A Little More Please, and the Gotta Have It All bundle, as well as, if you, for some inexplicable reason, don't like the Share What You Love bundle, and frankly they're gorgeous, you can also get the In Colour collection, and if you buy that, it's got a 10% bundle discount. So lots and lots to have a look at. And obviously if you're shopping on my online store, then you will get to enjoy the draw for the colour caddy and the colour families. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope to see you again soon. If you don't already subscribe, it's the bottom right hand corner of the screen. If you've enjoyed the project, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you again very soon.